We're back out here with Taylor Owensby from Unshakable Builders with this project just north of the city of Brooksville off of Yontz Rd. And we are excited. And as you can tell, we have gotten a long way from where we were at just a couple weeks ago. So Taylor, want to tell them like where we are at in the process with your build right now?
Sure. So right now we just got the insulation installed and we're getting it inspected today, and tomorrow drywall is going up. But since the last video, we got the roof installed, we got it dried in, got it shingled, got the windows and exterior doors are being installed today. Got a slider in there. We're getting cabinets delivered here shortly. And yeah, things are moving right along. And next week, the beginning of next week, we're getting the entire outside stuccoed. So things are gonna start looking like an actual house, and we're really excited about what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, and we were here and the county inspector came by, right?
Yep.
Which inspection did he go look at?
Well, with the trusses, so we had a framing inspection. You have to get a framing inspection before the insulation is installed, and we missed something with the framing with the trusses. There's a new thing that the truss companies are requiring. It's diagonals going from the rat runs, which I can show you in there what those are, but we need diagonal bracing going from the rat runs to the corner of the girders, and we missed that. So he was just coming out to make sure that we had installed that properly, and now we can move forward. So
awesome. So, you know, those types of things are going to happen when you're doing new construction or almost any type of project in real estate. So that is good. And that's why they had the inspection process when he came out here. And was it a success?
it was. We're all good to move forward. So
Awesome. Well, that's good. Let's go take a look on the inside too, so you can kind of see how it's looking in its current state. So we're inside of the garage. We wanted to stop in here real quick because there's a few things that we would like to point out. Look how tall this is. It's 9'4" ceiling, so that goes throughout the house too, correct?
correct.
Awesome. And then right here is where they're going to have the HVAC system. So it'll be in the garage. It'll be hanging down below the roof or ceiling, the ceiling. So that way you're not like worrying about that happening. Or is this one going to be covering it?
Actually, we have this avenue right here. We're going to have drywall returns going up there and be air handler. You're going to be able to see it. It just makes for easier access for anybody working on it or replacing the unit. And one problem we did have with the air handler is we couldn't get the height. We couldn't get it high enough for the drain pan drainage line. So what we did is we're going to run the line over to this pipe right here, and we're going to cut it short, obviously, but we're going to run it on the this side of the drywall. So it's not going to be hidden, but it's going to be the same color as the drywall, and that's really the only viable solution to not being able to get that air handler high enough. So.
Okay. You know, and is that something that you figured out like in the building process that the engineer maybe like you can fix on the next one or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. So that's definitely something that we're going to be looking for on the next one. I haven't done one with a cavity like this. Usually we have an air handler closet or a room for the air handler, but this one was a little bit unique in that way. So if we do a cavity on the next one, it's definitely something that I'm going to be looking for.
Yeah, and I prefer 'em being in the garage, not up in the attic area, because then like you were saying, somebody needs to come in and do repairs. But the biggest thing is if you have like a leak or something like that and it overfills the drain pan or something, it's not ruining all your drywall. The way it's on your concrete floor, it's not ruining your floors, stuff like that. So while it may have caused some challenges, it's going to be better for the homeowner once they move in here, because it's going to be a lot easier to maintain. And if something were to happen, which inevitably things do happen in homes, no matter what you're doing, it's going to limit the amount of things that would have to be repaired. So let's go on inside and take a look. So big difference from the last time that we were here with Taylor on the long form video is we now have walls that are up here, at least the framing for the walls. The drywall, like he's saying, is going to be going in tomorrow. And we have the windows in, and then also the insulation going on in there. We've got all the ducts run. You see all the wiring run everywhere. And now all of those inspections have passed at this point?
Yes, all the rough-in inspections, electric, mechanical, and plumbing have all passed. The insulation inspection is today, and usually that one passes first try, no problems. And the only other thing that we would need before drywall would be the framing inspection, which the inspector just left and gave us the go ahead and drywall everything. So
Awesome. And now, can you maybe explain the type of insulation that you went with and why?
yeah, so with a block house on the exterior walls, which that's all you need to insulate is the exterior walls. That's all that's required by code. So we insulated it with just a foil insulation. And
So what we were, kind of going for the video kind of stopped was just talking about the insulation, the type. The concrete provides some, right? Because it is a concrete block wall. And then they just have to come in and put this vapor barrier with a small rating because it included it with the concrete block rating as well. So the rest of the home is really kind of coming together. As you can tell, it is looking pretty in here. I noticed we've got this little power outlet right there in the concrete. That's perfect for anybody that, has a living room. Having something right there in the ground is nice to have for like couches and stuff like that. So those are little things that you thought about. One of the things I really like are these sliding glass doors right here as it opens from both sides. Right, so when you're going to go out to that backyard and everything, it is nice to be able to, have some flexibility there. We noticed that there's a lot of dirt back here, so I was asking Taylor before we started the video, hey, what is all that for? So talk about it.
yeah, so the property is actually sloped, and we wanted to be able to create a flat area. It's going to look better for any landscaping or sod or anything like that. So we got a lot of dirt in here just to level everything off. So it's going to look really good at the end.
Yeah, and we will get back over here in probably another week to get another longer video, or maybe we'll put out some short videos along the way to kind of show you what this is going to look like with drywall in, because it really does take it to the next level. You really get to kind of see how the home is, and I really like the layout right now. But this is an opportunity for you to see how this house was put together prior to having up walls and having up paint and all the other things that are going to go along with the house. So what is one thing that you could point out to the folks that are watching today about what you've learned in this process? You've been doing building for a while now, right?
Yep.
But what have you learned specifically on this project that could, people watching could learn from?
I think probably the main thing is laying out the house kind of how I'm expecting it to be set up. So, as far as lighting, being able to run the proper wire and, align, windows or doors or anything that would look weird if it's off-centered. Making sure before the foundation and the block is laid that all that is going to line up properly with how the actual house layout is going to go. So that would be my biggest takeaway from here. And
Yeah, and I like the layout. I think it's going to look good. I'm excited to see what it looks like with walls. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to put out some short videos throughout the week on Instagram. So make sure you're following us there. We normally put them out in the stories, and sometimes we put them out as posts. So if you are looking to build your home here in Hernando County, Citrus County, not sure how far you're going out right now, but definitely Hernando and Citrus is, not far from where, Taylor is in operations. Taylor would be a good person to have a conversation with about, what type of home you want to build. I know he's got aspirations to build big homes that are luxurious and all that kind of thing. And he's got this really cool model that him and I have been looking at. So we appreciate you staying tuned all the way through the end of this video. If you or anyone you know is interested in a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home just north of the city of Brooksville, this is going to be a beautiful home for them. It's going to be priced about $400,000. We're kind of nailing that in right now, of exactly where we're going to have a list price, but that's going to be coming to the market really soon. We're going to go pre-market or finish on this. So if you or someone you know would like to try to get in here before it's done and maybe be able to pick your paint colors. At this point, I think that's about all you're going to be able to do is pick the inside paint colors, but maybe even not. I don't want to speak for Taylor over here, but it's probably a discussion that he'd be willing to have. It's going to look pretty. We're going to have the renderings. So if you are interested in those renderings to kind of get an idea of what it looks like before it's all the way finished, he's got some great finishes picked out with quartz countertops.
Yes, quartz countertops, and it's a Vinza Brown if you want to go look at it.
So he's
really
got those picked out. It's going to look really pretty. And, reach out to us. Come walk this. Come check it out. I'm sure Taylor would love to, get some feedback from you as well. So if you got any feedback, put them down in the comments below.